everyone, my name's Kelly and today I'm going to have a little chat to you about how we can prevent stress fractures. So our bones are adaptable structures, they are dynamic and they are constantly changing depending on the different types of loads and forces that we apply to them. Now, our bones have the greatest capacity for change and development in our first between the ages of 10 to 30, more so when we're in our adolescent ages. Now, what we really want to be considering for our adolescent athletes, particularly those involved in long distance sports such as running, is trying to encourage them to be involved in a wide variety of sports. So we have information now that early sports specialization for our adolescent athletes can have quite a negative impact on our bone development in comparison to adolescent athletes who are involved in a lot of multi-directional sports such as soccer, such as basketball, volleyball, gymnastics. They can actually have a lot of long-term preventative impacts on our bone health. So if that athlete does continue to run into their lifetime and adulthood, they've got up to a 50% reduced risk of developing a bone stress injury, which is pretty significant. So the other thing that we want to be trying to encourage for our adolescent athletes is for them to actually play sport for longer. So as I mentioned, you can have up to a 50% reduction in stress fracture risk if you played sport when you were in your adolescent period. That rate actually goes up even higher if we continue to play sport for longer, so perhaps even up to the age of 30, getting involved in some multi-directional sports, which is pretty cool. Now, what does all of that mean? So for our adolescents athletes, trying to really encourage them to keep a variety of different sports into their calendars. So yes, perhaps running is really important to them and that's what they're excelling in. But currently and into the future, the very best thing that we can do for them and their skeleton is encouraging them to participate in a lot of different multi-directional sports. What does that mean for you as an adult runner who maybe didn't participate in multi-directional sports when you were younger? Maybe it does mean that you are at a higher risk of developing bone stress injuries. Now, as I said, bones are dynamic and they are adaptable. So it doesn't mean that it means that you still have opportunities to continue to improve the health of your bones. One way that we can really have an impact on that in a setting such as what we have here at Newcastle Performance Physio is some strength work and some plyometric training. So that is where I'd really encourage you to sit down and try and think about some times in your week that you could maybe start to incorporate some strength work, some plyometrics. If that's not something that you're super comfortable or know how to do, it's something that we do here quite a lot, and we see the benefits in both performance and injury risk as well.